talk, money more. What? Main crew say they with it. Kicking down the door. Let's go. Had to switch the whole lane when I'm driving the machines.
Hey, what is going on? Heavy Pour Sports Happy Hour Saturday. Pour it on up. It is time. We got a little. Who was that? Feedback. Hey, let's start off with the greatest news of the week. Ted Lasso is back. Drew, you said some damaging things in the group chat when he said, "I don't know what Ted Lasso is." Explain yourself, dude.
I'm not privy to it. I never heard of it, never seen it. I don't know what it is. I guess
You're living under a rock, dude.
I guess I got to get on it.
T, you're the soccer guy. Tell him about Ted Lasso.
It's oh man, I'm having a brain fart. Dude from Hangover. He goes over and it's one of those like rags to riches, try to turn a team around. So this American guy who just has no clue what's going on with football, and he's trying to turn the team around. But you know, he's also funny. But it's an absolute hit. Everybody who watches that show loves it. I actually have some Ted Lasso socks because Ted Lasso's the real deal.
Was he at Hangover?
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
I think it was a different guy. That's Jason Sudeikis.
I think you're confusing your whites. Your Caucasian comedians. I think you're confusing them.
And all those from the mountains of Caucasus, man. Yeah, I am thinking of Sudeikis. You're right.
But it's all right. We're already doing the show disrespect from the jump.
Sudeikis is Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not Stu. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was Ed Helms.
That's right. That's right. Helms and Sudeikis. They got to be brothers.
Yeah, I mean they're all from the same tree, I guess.
all from the same mountains.
Yeah. Me, Hammer, Ryan, Drew, we all got the same bloodline from someplace, I guess. But yeah, Drew, it's a great show. It's like a wholesome show. You can't watch without smiling. It doesn't need like any it's not vulgar humor, but it's hilarious. It's one. I don't know if you can watch it with with the kids. There's probably some underlying things you don't want to watch with the kids. But I watched the season 4 episode 1 last night. It's a good one. Glad it's back. But yeah, arguably greatest show that's ever been put out on TV.
That's good. That's a good one.
You might have sold me.
You got to watch it. I would say that the thing that would compete with it, completely different genre, is Sons of Anarchy. Those are the top 2 shows that I've ever seen. I got no support from the crew though on Sons of Anarchy.
I never watched it, so I don't.
Same.
That's
yeah,
The Office is pretty solid.
I don't know if it's surprising, but that show was not that appealing to me. So I never watched it.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Ryan, I never got into The Office, man. I never the clips are funny, but I never could sit there. It's kind of like the show isn't like it, but for me was like Family Guy or those type of shows, like South Park. Everybody loves them. I couldn't get into it. See the clips, would laugh, but can't actually sit down on my tail and watch like an episode or a season. Just never get behind it.
The Office is great.
Oh, The Office is the greatest.
and Ed Helms is in it heavily.
He is.
So
What was the spinoff of that show? Is it Parks and Rec?
That's a good show too.
It's not a spinoff though. Like it's its own.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay, maybe the same producer or something.
Somewhat similar comedy, I think. But
yeah.
Yeah,
they tried to do not a spinoff per se, but same thing called The Paper, where it's a newspaper in the same kind of vein, and Oscar from The Office is in the show as well. But it was, I couldn't get into it. It was just, I think they were trying too hard.
I'm a big comedy show guy though. I love comedy shows. Schitt's Creek was the jam. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was the jam for me. Community. King of Queens is my all-time favorite.
That's a great show. King of Queens is a great show.
Yeah.
That's those like King of Queens. Friends for me. That was a good one. Seinfeld. I think Ted Lasso is going to be one of those shows that like just stand the test of time. Like you just go back and watch it. Cheers, like one of those shows that are just always going to be funny no matter what decade you're in.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
let's do it. I know we got other things to talk about, but I'm excited for our draft. So let's.
Yeah, we gotta do that. But first off, boys, we are less than 30 days from college football, and we got a little bit of a football preview in the Hall of Fame game. Listen, I know these dudes will never see play again outside of maybe, Carson Beck, some of the few ones, Haynes King, Kenny Pickett, probably never again. But we got a sneaky good game. Like that was one I watched the first quarter, and then it was just gone in the background. Then I look up in the fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, we got a ball game, boys. And the Cardinals did what T thought the Cardinals would do.
Find a way to lose.
Hey, they're already starting their tanking.
It's been tanking. They are playing to the best of their ability, and we just can't get it done.
I think I jinxed them when I told T. Hey,
Just
they may win.
not
Maybe
good.
wrong. They may win 4, not 3. I jinxed
We're
them.
not winning. We're not winning any.
It's all right. My Dolphins are posting highlight clips of interceptions, so that's always a good thing to
They're
happen.
highlighting the defensive backs.
Yeah. And the linebacker who had to hit the ball 4 times to be able to catch it and get the pick. Oski! But
Catching's hard.
we're gonna be terrible. But talk about college football. Hammer, Drew, and Joshy Boy on Friday previewed the Sun Belt, the MAC, and the Big Ten. Is that right?
Correct.
That sounds right.
All right. So I got to be honest. Sun Belt, MAC, I couldn't care less about. You did get some comments in YouTube. There are people who care about the MAC and Sun Belt. There was like some dude wrote a story about your take on JMU. He was letting you know that they're going to be just fine. And but let's talk about. I don't know who it was directed to, but somebody. I responded back. I was like, "You're right. The AD is he's swinging a hot bat."
You cut out. Your mic's messed up.
Your mic's out.
Can you hear me?
No.
Barely.
I mean, it's the best you've ever sounded, but no, I can't hear you.
Best he sounded when the mic.
Caribbean, talk about the Big Ten so I figure this out.
All right, go ahead, Hammer.
I didn't hear what he said.
He said
Big
talk
Ten.
about the Big Ten, and I'll go off of what you say.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull my.
The superior college football conference right now, I might add.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
It is easily number one. Am I back?
Yeah,
Yep,
you're
you're
back.
back.
Unfortunately.
I gotta figure that. I got this new fancy mic I got. I had to order a new one from Amazon because the one I currently have is malfunctioning. I guess so. But yeah, talk about the Big Ten. Who y'all have winning it? Ohio State and I guess Indiana, and who else?
Well, interestingly enough, as we went team by team. We didn't do that with the Sun Belt or the MAC because realistically, there's probably one team out of either of those two conferences combined that potentially could make the CFP as a group of 6 invite. So we didn't go as deep into those, but we went team by team and discussed.
I muted T.
Bad technology going on tonight, fellas.
I guess, yeah. So anyway, we dug into each one of them, and when we got to the end of it all, we settled on basically 3 teams. Were split by the 3 panelists of who will be in the Big Ten championship game. Josh had Indiana defeating Oregon. Drew has Oregon defeating Indiana. And I had Oregon defeating Southern Cal. And I found it interesting that none of us picked the Suckeyes to even make the championship game, much less win it. And there's a lot of talent on that team. So I just found that really interesting that none of us picked Ohio Taint.
Is your recent Twitter battles with Ohio State, did that influence that decision at all?
I never let outside influence steer my opinions. You know that.
I'm gonna call bullshit, but
I mean, okay. I think one
Sorry,
thing that we talked about that could kind of be a surprise on what happened.
You cut out a little bit. Keep going. You're good. Go
I
ahead.
think we've
Hammer.
been hacked.
Are we good?
Yeah.
fight through it, Hammer.
Could
Am
be.
I back on the
Am
new mic?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So
All right, we're rolling with the old Yeti.
So a team Yeti. Can you
My
guys
big
hear
blue
me?
Yeti. Look at this. Yep.
Check. Can you hear me?
We got
Yeah.
you. Speak.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, answer me, damn it. So-
We are answering you.
So the team that we kind of stumbled upon and think could be a surprise, a little bit of a dark horse in the Big Ten is Washington. Their win total set at 7.5. They have two of their most difficult games are on the road. They do play at Southern Cal. They do play at Oregon. And
The final 2 weeks.
really, yeah. And really the only other game I think is kind of a threat is going to be Penn State, and we have to see how that's going to look. And they do play at Nebraska, and a lot of people are high on Nebraska, but I'm not as high because one, they haven't really settled on a quarterback yet, and the Matt Rule thing just hasn't worked, and we all kind of feel like if it doesn't work this year, then they're probably looking at a coaching search. But they have what we called out as wins against Washington State, Utah State, Eastern Washington, Minnesota, Iowa, Purdue. I think they beat Penn State, Michigan State, and I think they can beat Indiana. That game is in Washington. Indiana's got to make that trip. I'm calling win over Indiana. I think Indiana is going to regress a little bit. So if they can win one of the two with USC, one of the two between USC and Oregon, and win at Nebraska, you could be looking at a 10-2 Washington team, and depending on what happens elsewhere, you could possibly see them sneak in. We're all very high on Damon Williams, which it was kind of an interesting situation because he kind of stuck his toe in the transfer portal before he changed his mind and came back and settled. So hopefully all that, is done and over with. But
A little bit
I
of
thought
tampering.
7.5 wins was kind of disrespectful. This team, I think, will win 9 games, possibly 10 if they catch a break or whatnot. So, but outside of that, it's your heavies. Of course, with Ohio State, the defending champ Indiana, Oregon looks like a machine, and Southern Cal, if the defense is just a little bit better, and it's got to be more than a little bit better with Gary Patterson coming in as defensive coordinator. So I think the more traditional type powers in that conference are gonna rise to the top this year. Michigan, I'm not certain about. I think they possibly could go 8-4. That Oklahoma game, and we talked about this. I think Oklahoma goes in there and smacks them.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest. Then I think they lose at Oregon, and they lose to little brother down there in Columbus.
So are you high on? You said you're high on Oregon.
I'm very high on Oregon. Yes.
I struggle with it because I feel like Dan Lanning always has one of the most talented teams in the country, and he hadn't been able to do it yet. So like, what's different about this year? He's going to have another one of the most talented teams in the country, but like, why will it be different this year?
Well,
I'll answer that. I mean, Hammer alluded to it last night, and I kind of picked up on what he was about to say. The one question mark for Oregon is they lost both of their coordinators. Obviously, Will Stein went to Kentucky. Tosh Lupoy took the head job at Cal. So that's a little bit of a negative. But I think the difference about Oregon this year, and I picked them that they're going to make the national championship game. I haven't decided who's going to win that. My national championship game will be Oregon versus Texas. I think number one, when you talk about coaches, it's always the question mark of what has he done to earn that respect until they do it. But Oregon has been one of those teams that they're constantly there the last 3 to 4 years in that discussion, in that conversation. This year, they bring back a ton of guys. They bring back Dante Moore. They bring back some running backs. They bring back some receivers. Their defensive front, their 2 best D linemen are returning, who will probably be the best or one of the best D line in the country. So they have a lot of question marks still because of 2 coordinators that I think they've hired both from within, which I think can be beneficial when you have coordinator change at a school like Oregon. But I don't know. I think at some point when you knock on the door for that long, your team's that good. Dan Lanning's still a young coach. Every year, he continues to learn more and more and more. I just think at some point you're going to break through. You put yourself in that many chances, at some point you're going to break through. It's like the conversation we have with Duke in basketball with John Shire. Like, as long as they keep having good rosters and Duke keeps building the teams, at some point it's going to happen, or it's not, and then you're out of a job.
The big thing for me, T, is they're getting 8 starters back from last year's defense. And obviously Dante Moore being back, and they've got a good bit of continuity on the offensive side too. So, and I don't know that the transition out of those coordinators into this year's are going to be so drastic that we don't see very similar style of play that we saw last year. And with Dante Moore having another year under his belt, I mean, I think they win 11 games. Now, I did allude to, as we continued on, that I think their path to a national championship appearance even will be challenged by what you said, is at some point, I think Dan Lanning is going to get out-coached in one of these playoff games, and I'm not sold on them winning the championship. But I think they can get through. I think they can get through the Big Ten and at least make that championship game.
One interesting thing, too, is Oregon the last 2 years, they've lost in the playoffs, but they've lost to the national champions. They lost to Ohio State. They got smoked in that game in the Rose Bowl that year. And then last year they got smoked against Indiana, and a lot of that was, I don't want to say fluky because it was Indiana. They were the best team in the country. They won the Natty. But the first play of the game, remember, was a pick six. There was weird special teams turnovers, too. The way that game went, it was over in like 5 minutes. Oregon didn't even have a chance to get settled into the game. So I don't want to say they're like fluky or weird losses, but we've seen Oregon lose the last 2 years to the national champions. So I think if you're going to lose in the playoff, I think that's a positive development in that. And so I don't know. I'm high on this on Dan Lanning as a coach. I still think he's a really good coach. He's young. And I think Oregon's going to be really, really good.
But do you think Dante Moore's that guy?
Dante Moore coming back, I think, is a big deal for them. I think that matters.
I think he's a legit Heisman contender. I do.
And Rando, last year, I mean, Will Stein's talked about it, but they lost like 4 running backs. They lost like 2 starting receivers. I mean, really, and Will Stein had to change the offense at the beginning to middle of the year and start running through Kenyon Sadiq as the main target in the offense as a tight end, and they still made it to the college football playoff semifinal. So, I'm high on Dante Moore. I think he's really good. He would have been the number 2 pick, in my opinion, in the draft this year if he would have came out. I don't blame him for going back to school because I wouldn't want to go play for the Jets either. Yeah, I think Dante Moore's that dude, and I think they're going to be better this year around him and on defense than what they were last year. To me, the biggest difference is just the two coordinators leaving. Like, does that drop them, or can they just keep the ball rolling? Because the new offensive coordinator learned from Will Stein for years. The defensive coordinator learned under Tosh Lupoy. So can they just keep it rolling and give themselves a chance to do it again?
Well, Pigskin Petey's in the comments in the on the X chat, and he agrees. He thinks he said Ryan Day did it. So you don't win a championship until you do. Seems like he's I also agrees on Washington as a sleeper. So we'll see.
Shout out to Petey. He just gave us a shout out on X. So
yeah, he did. I appreciate that. A lot of big accounts that he tagged us in. So thanks for that love. But you said you didn't pick Ohio State. They got a lot of returners too. They lost a lot, but they are a factory. The defense is going to be good. You don't think that Ryan Day did it? I still had this image of him looking completely lost against Michigan, but then they go on and beat and win the national championship the same season. So you don't think he can kind of come back with a chip in his shoulder and have a hungry team to
this is
win the Big Ten?
This is going to be the most difficult schedule that he's had to play since he's been there. They have to play at Indiana. They have to play at USC. They host Oregon and Michigan. They play at Texas. The Ball State, Kent State,
week 2 is going to be big.
At Iowa, Maryland, no issue. But they are not just playing Michigan and Penn State for a change.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go to the defending champ. They got to go to the West Coast. They got to play Oregon. They got to go to Texas. They probably are one of the most talented teams, and there's a lot of draft prospects on that team. But they play 4 of the 5 other teams in the Big Ten with the highest projected win totals, and that doesn't even include the Texas game. So, and Vegas has their number at 9.5. It's healthily priced to the over, but even Vegas is thinking 10 may be their ceiling. And the Oregon game, in my mind, will be what determines who is in there. I think that's basically a play into the conference championship game.
If they win the Texas game week 2, does that change your mind any?
It does.
I don't think they're going to.
But I'm saying I don't think they do either. I think Arch Manning breaks out. The offense is going to look good. I mean, wide receiver core in Texas, I mean, all around they're good. I think Texas is going to be very, very good. But it all is relying on if Arch Manning's that guy. If Ohio State can win that game, changes your mind on their trajectory on what they can be in the season?
There's 2 games week 2. There's 2 games to me week 2. Oklahoma and Michigan and Ohio State, Texas. Like, I'm not really that high on Michigan, but let's just say they beat Oklahoma. Completely changes my mind on what Kyle Whittingham can do in year 1 at Michigan. It'd be a huge momentum win. If I remember, Hammer, Michigan's schedule wasn't like too difficult. I'm just not very high on this Ohio State team because I hate the Arthur Smith hire at offensive coordinator. Like, they've had a good run of offensive coordinators of being able to call the plays, but like, did we not watch Arthur Smith the last few years as offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers? And I know he's going to have a lot of talent. College football is different than the NFL, but I'm just not. I don't like the hire there. And then Hammer alluded to the schedule as well. I picked him to go 9-3 in the regular season.
You talking about Navy and Ohio State, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they lose 2. They possibly could lose 3. If they lose at Texas, – then they have to go to Indiana, to Southern Cal, and host Oregon. I think that's a 9-3 schedule. 9-3 is 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 a They would have to win all 3 of those if they lose to Texas. And I know
And
that
that
doesn't have any
Michigan
bearing on the Big Ten. But as far as their trajectory, their path, that game is massive.
Yeah. Well, in the Michigan game, I know we're not as high on Michigan and those things, but just remember 2 years ago, Michigan was god-awful, and they walked into the horseshoe and they beat them in Sharon Moore's first year. So that game's always weird. You can never predict that game no matter what. Kyle Whittingham's a better coach than Sharon Moore. Michigan will be better than what they were the last 2 years anyways. So that game can always get weird.
Though.
Yeah, but, we need to put a little bit more stock into that game as well as a potential loss. Like, could Michigan go into the horseshoe and knock Ohio State off? It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, Coach, you said it. Big Ten, best conference in college football, won the last 3 titles. So, I mean, and they're all in all getting better and better, right? I don't think you can even use the argument anymore. The SEC from top down is better. Who do you think comes out of that conference as the number 1 to lead into the college football playoff?
I think it's going to be a West Coast team. I think it's going to be either Oregon or USC. I like the Washington argument. I think Washington's an incredibly hard place to play, and a lot of it has to do not only with the environment, but just the travel to get there for a lot of teams. That it's a long ass way away for a team like Penn State, and you're not in State College anymore when you're in Seattle. But I will say the thing that gets me is I've noticed an uptick on my timeline of Nebraska fans talking. I haven't bought in on Nebraska since before the internet was even a thing, and Matt Drool is going to be just atrocious as he always is. Matt Drool did one good thing. He had one good year at Temple, and then people act like he's the savior for football. He's not that good. Nebraska's not that good. It's a volleyball school. I don't believe in Ohio State. Michigan's a hockey school, so give me Oregon or USC. I think either of those 2 teams. I honestly want to say Oregon because I think they have. I think they've got the Heisman winner at quarterback. So a couple bold predictions there, but give me the Ducks, honoring Rich Brooks and Billy Stein.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to take Nebraska's quarterback out of their back pocket too, and Kenny Minchie. So,
well, he just knew what was the right move. Will
Stein, he knew the football school. He knew
first time head coach.
Have you ever been to Nebraska?
Mm-mm.
I haven't hated myself.
Well, you're not missing anything. It's terrible. Behind Kansas, I'll give them this. They're better than Kansas. Kansas is the worst state in the union. But if you go to Nebraska, it's right there with them. And I couldn't imagine being a decent football recruit and thinking that I'm going to the cornfields and the glories of back when guys wore neck rolls, and I'm going to revive that back because they've been irrelevant. I mean, if we're being honest, since Eric Crouch. So I'm not worried about Nebraska at all. I think that they actually water down the Big Ten and make it bad. But I also am predicting that Indiana kind of comes back to earth and regresses to the mean this year. I think Cignetti played the special part, and they're in territory right now this offseason that they've never been in before with all the talk coming at them. And let's not forget they had the number 1 draft pick and Heisman winner at quarterback. So, and they lost him to my team, the Las Vegas Raiders. So I think Indiana's going to be. I'm going to get killed for saying this. I think they're going to be mid-tier Big Ten.
So I mean, but even regression for Indiana, big skin. PD dropping some one-liners.
He's in his bag tonight.
Even regression, they went undefeated last year, so a loss or 2 would be regression. So it doesn't mean it's a bad season, but I think you can expect that they're not going to go undefeated in that conference. No. But they're still a top 1, 2, 3 seed in my personal opinion. I'm a big Cignetti fan. I think he can get them going. I mean, shoot, who would have thought even 3 years ago Indiana would ever be in the running? Not only in the running, but actually land the number 1 wide receiver in the country over teams like Ohio State and LSU, like wide receiver university type schools. And this kid, now he is from Indiana, but even if he 3 years ago, he wouldn't even consider them as a school. And now he is on Pat McAfee and picks that he's going to IU next year.
NIL is completely changed.
I've lost respect for Indiana since they canceled that Notre Dame series. They play nobody out of the conference. They're playing Western Kentucky, for crying out loud. Like, Western Kentucky's not even a fifth of the size of the University of Indiana or Indiana University, whatever they want to call it. I know they spell pretty good here, so go ahead and write this down in your notebook, Hoosier fans. You are going to miss the playoff this year. No 3 in a row. Indiana misses the playoff.
Well, we alluded to why that can happen, though. We alluded to why that
Clip it.
Their quarterback in Josh Hoover, he's a really talented player, maybe more talented.
Josh who?
Than Josh Hoover.
Who?
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He might be more talented than Mendoza as an athlete, as a football player, but he has a serious issue of turnovers in the past. Just as much as you alluded to it, Coach Ryan, Indiana is going to be playing a little bit different game than what they have in the past as far as expectations, pressure, those kinds of things. He's never played in those moments. He's going to feel that pressure in certain games. And when you have turnover issues and you're in a close game, you're in big environments, you're in uncharted territory, those turnovers come out, it can lose you football games as a quarterback. So to me, Josh Hoover is I don't want to say a question mark because he's really, really good. He was really good at TCU the last few years, working with Kendall Browse, who's now the offensive coordinator at South Carolina. But that's my one question mark with them is, like, can Josh Hoover limit the turnovers? And I'm not saying he'll be the same player as Fernando Mendoza, but, like, can he do some similar stuff? When in pressure moments, can he be accurate? Can he be on time? Can he get the guys to rally around him? Those kinds of things. So it'll be interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah,
I think Fernando Mendoza is a generational college quarterback. And that it's
T's favorite word. T's favorite word, generational.
Yeah, his football IQ is better than Hoover's. Hoover's a better athlete.
But I think you only get one of these generational type guys once every
generation.
Okay, maybe I should say half decadable, but that isn't necessarily doesn't sound as good.
It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way.
Yeah,
every year we say somebody's generational. Every year we say somebody's generational.
But see, I don't necessarily agree with that because I wouldn't have said Cam Ward was generational. He went number 1 in the draft. I wouldn't have said, like even a Carson Beck who had a ton of success at Georgia, wouldn't say he's generational. I wouldn't call a brain fart in the name, little short dude at Georgia, Stetson Bennett. I wouldn't call him generational. But I think Fernando Mendoza, and I think you saw it in the national championship game with that infamous laid out touchdown that he had. I mean, that just kind of felt like a Vince Young type moment. And, you think of the Vince Youngs, the Tim Tebow's, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work in the NFL. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like that kind of production in college and that kind of star power is just damn near impossible to replace. And it's hard coming in after that, being the guy that comes in after the number 1 draft pick Heisman winner that just won a national championship at a school like Indiana. It's going to be tough. So we'll see if he's cut for it. I don't think we're going to see it in the non-conference from Indiana. So it's going to have to wait till the conference, and we'll see. We'll see. I think Cignetti's a hell of a ball coach. I'll say that, but
for sure,
I just don't think I'm just not buying into the gravy train that Indiana's some newfound dynasty in college football. Everybody can have a couple good years, but until you can show me that you can do it again, I'm pumping the brakes on the Hoosiers a little bit.
Same.
Well, I'll put this up. We are going to talk about the border rival schools and our official predictions. So, Coach, I don't know what you got going on next Saturday, but you got to be on here because we're going to give our official win-loss predictions for Kentucky, Tennessee, and I'm trying to get some folks from 102.7 The Game. There are some Louisville fans out there from the Beyond the Bench crew on the show as well, so they can give their Louisville win-loss predictions. So, Josh, well, you can jump in there and tell us about what you think and why they're going to go 10-2. But we'll talk about that next Saturday. And then on what's the date, Hammer? It was the 20th is your SEC show, the wrap up for college football.
Yeah, that'll be our last, and we saved obviously the best for last. So we will, in depth, the full show will be dedicated to the SEC.
Boom. All right, so now we will transition to 5-5. Now, like we said on Wednesday, we didn't expect anything to really happen. We're waiting on the 10th to 12th. Shout out.
Wait, why do you only focus on one twin?
One of them's a married woman, Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
My bad.
Yeah, are they identical? I didn't even know.
They are.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There you go. Well,
generational.
A little overrated.
I was trying to figure out how to safely get out of that conversation. And there you go. Appreciate it, Ryan. All right. So we'll talk about 5-5. We're waiting on this freeze to either be voted on yes or voted on no to see what happens. State injunctions to let certain folks play. But as happens on X, news comes out. I'll put quotations around news because who knows what's actually happening. But we're still waiting on what I'll call the big three in the 5-5 transfer portal, which is Keyshawn Hall, Mark Mitchell, and Jackson Kohler to make their decisions, or I guess officially to become completely eligible and then pick, and the schools to kind of go that way. Before we talk about basketball, though, we were talking about football. Has there been any Tennessee or Kentucky news about some of those guys? I know Alex Safari had been kind of floated out there. Coach Evans, 127 The Game, talked about on Wednesday, like, yeah, it's nice to talk about this, but the football teams are like full on into practice. They're doing their thing. It's not like basketball where they've just kind of just gotten into it. Football's been doing it since spring. Rosters have been solidified. And I don't even know where Kentucky stands on their 105-man roster at this point, if they can even bring more in. But Ryan, Drew, have you heard anything on the Kentucky front for football about some of these old Kentucky folks that have already used their eligibility to come back, i.e.
Not a ton, and I think football's a little different than basketball, especially because it's going to be hard to tell somebody like Alex Safari, hey, you see that Packers helmet you got on? I need you to put that up and come put a Kentucky one back on. Because, even at Alex Safari's level, where he's a question mark to make the Packers roster, probably not going to, if we're being honest. But a competitor like him is not going to want to give up an opportunity that's already in front of him and to maybe come back to college to make a lot of money. I think it could change Kentucky's defense drastically, and I think that it could make Kentucky, a lot better on the defensive side of the ball. But I haven't seen or heard anything of the sort. I know that there is a roster spot open now, though, so the
I can't believe I was just about to say that. Harley Gilmore, we have cleared a spot, not intentionally, but due to I guess his own decisions, which unfortunately are repeated and now a trend. But I know let's not spend time talking about him. Hope he can figure himself out and mature a little bit, because he is talented. Harley Gilmore is hella talented on the football field. He just can't figure it out here.
Hardly any brains.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Pun fully intended. But Drew, I agree with what Ryan is saying. It's even if he's not going to make the roster in Green Bay, to like willingly leave the building, NFL building, and say, all right, I'm going to give up and go back to Kentucky. Like, yeah, maybe he could increase his draft stock playing for Will Stein. And if we do, Kentucky football does elevate to something special this year, but like, you're in an NFL building. That's super tough to walk away from, not knowing if you're even eligible to play fully.
Yeah. especially when you're in a player situation like Alex Afari, who I think was a good college linebacker. Now, will he ever be a starting NFL linebacker? Probably not. He's just trying to make it on the roster consistently, maybe get to a decent couple year contract or something, those kinds of things. Him leaving to come back would probably not be the best thing for him, because if you do that, you never know how hard it would be to get back in an NFL, locker room and an NFL organization. Now, if he did, it would make Kentucky a lot better, because to me, the linebacker room is one of the biggest question mark teams on Kentucky's roster. There's a lot of youth. There's a lot of talent, but there's a lot of youth and not a lot of experience, not a lot of, stats over the last couple of years. I haven't heard anything, but if we were going to add somebody, and I don't even know if any of the receivers from last year could come back, but I would like to see us add another receiver, because a little bit concerned with Nick Anderson. He's dealing with an injury, and has an injury past. I think DJ Miller's a potential star next year, but maybe the year after that, who I'm a huge fan of. Obviously, he's from St. Louis as well. So, and then some of the other guys in the receiver room, there's just a lot of question marks in that room. So if we could add somebody, I'm trying to think JJ Hester, I guess, but I don't know. If we could have got Kendrick Law back, that would have been nice, but obviously he tore his ACL with the Detroit Lions. So that obviously he's not coming back. And I can't even.
What's doing?
Hear me out.
Yeah, but
Danke.
That would be perfect. Yeah. If that could happen, I have no idea. I don't know what the rules are. Could he transfer, or would he have to go back to Nebraska? Because obviously he left and played last year in Nebraska. So I have no idea. But a receiver to me would be nice on this team. I think they addressed some of the running back concerns, which that would have been a position I would have picked, but they got some junior college guys. Now, will they play? Probably not. Martellus Carter now, who was a safety, is now fully transitioned into playing running back. So he's left the safety room. But if we could add a receiver, I think it would be pretty good, as well as a linebacker, because I think linebacker's a big question mark, because just a lot of youth in that room.
Yeah, if I had a bet on it, I would say we probably don't add anybody, but I fully agree with you, Drew. That's a big body, big catch radius wide receiver. It would be nice to add on this team, especially one with some Kentucky legacy. And I think Danke is a Sunday wide receiver. Unfortunately, again, he went to Nebraska, and we just went on a full thing of what Nebraska football is and what Matt Rule is, and why, unfortunately, that was probably a bad decision for him when he could have been the dude at Kentucky. Yeah, wasn't a great season last year, but he still would have had 800-900 yards.
Yeah, but
I think easily as a wide receiver one here.
I was going to say I kind of, for him and Barryon, I felt no hard way in them leaving, and to be honest, I was feeling good about him, because let's be real, Mark Stoops screwed those guys for 3 years. They were really good as freshmen, and they got no better. They never could find a competent offensive coordinator for them. Never could break them out. Never had a competent offense in general that could score points. So for those guys to come back the senior year, number one, it didn't make sense, the trajectory of the program and what those two were trying to do. I've seen the last few days, Barryon Brown's been balling out at the Saints camp, scoring touchdowns, explosive, catches,
catching it from a Louisville dude.
Yeah, which, I don't – yeah.
Tyler Shupp.
But I didn't blame those guys one bit for leaving at all. Now, I think Dane should have went somewhere probably better than Nebraska. I get it, though. He followed Da'Keil Shorts, who was Kentucky's wide receiver coach the year before. And
he thought he was going to get a great quarterback in Dylan Raiola, and it's just he is not the second coming of Patrick Mahomes like he believes he is. What about on the Tennessee front? You all hear anything about potential 5-5 folks coming back. I know y'all keep convincing yourself Faison's the guy, but
I know you did not just say convince yourselves to us.
That's exactly what I said.
You are not
what I
allowed to
said.
say the words convince yourself.
Hey, T,
Y'all would
let's
take
see
Joey.
Randall-
Y'all would take
let's
Joey
see
back
Randall
in a
prediction next
heartbeat.
week.
I don't know if it would be a heartbeat. I think I would still like Joey back, but that's just because I want Faison to be put in the best position to be successful. And learning from a veteran who's done it is, in my opinion, still the best way to do it. Like, there's a vet in the locker room, but he came from Colorado and hadn't done a whole lot, right? So, I mean, he may still be able to teach the good habits, but learning from a vet is always good. So I would take Joey back, but camp has started now. You know what I mean? So it's just at this point kind of like, I forgot which one of y'all mentioned, but like or you said Vic mentioned it. Like, we're already in camp in football at this point. So he's got rapport with Staley and Mike Matthews. Joey does, so that helps. But I think at this point, I want to go ahead and roll with who we got. The only individual that there's been any kind of smoke isn't even a fair word. Like, a smoldering maybe is Jackson Moy, who was with the Rams camp, I believe. D lineman who was kind of kicking the tires on coming back, but at most that I've heard is a smolder. I haven't heard any smoke with it, and I haven't heard anybody else. I think we're at a point where we are rolling with what we got.
Yeah, same. I haven't legit heard a name in any sport, football, basketball, baseball, anything. So I don't know that we're.
Well, you got one in basketball.
Not one of our guys, though.
Yeah, but
not a returner. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were.
But Hammer, you don't want a wide receiver, because I've heard on the internet that your wide receiver core is just booty cheeks.
Well, I addressed that clown, but
I know. I was just starting it back up.
Somebody said that seriously?
Chris Doring said, yeah, he was not very high on Tennessee's wide receiver room.
Who is he? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't pay enough attention to these folks. Is he one of the scouting service?
Like, I would say, who's that? Yeah, he was. He played at Florida.
Yeah,
he was a wide receiver. He was an exciting white. And then when they were ranking the wide receiver rooms in the SEC, he didn't even have Tennessee on his list, and then even went so far as to say that he didn't think that they were going to be very good. To which I rebutted on this very program not too long ago in a reverent and respectful manner that I always do.
I trust it.
I think we clipped it and got it out there. So go check out Hammer and Heavy Pour Sports on X.
It's not being a homer. Available. I mean, that's legit. Looking at the talent that they have in that room, you got to be. He needs a new crack dealer or whatever it is that they do.
That's a bad call.
Whatever it is, but if you're anybody's trying to tell me that Bray Staley, Mike Matthews, Rodarius Jackson, and Tristan Keys aren't one of the best wide receiver rooms in not only the SEC but in college football period, then we can have a conversation. You just let me know when and where.
Well, and taking off my Tennessee hate, right? Even if the talent wasn't at a top tier level, has there ever been a season under Josh Heupel where the receivers haven't been good?
I mean, outside of a season maybe in the decade of dysfunction, shout out my friend Mark Nagy, we've always had good receivers. I mean, we were the original wide receiver U. If you don't believe me, just ask T. So
I think maybe that 1 year, maybe Dante Thornton's senior year, that was Milton, right? We didn't have anybody really going crazy there, but it wasn't because of a weak receiver room.
Yes.
And Dante Thornton still got drafted and plays for the Raiders.
Exactly. So we had that. I think it was Pig Howard's last season. Like, he was basically it. like there was one season there where we just didn't have anybody, anybody really draft prospect type of player. But come on, man.
Joshy boy, we will take even I will say we'll take no Joe Milton hate.
No,
shout out
no
Joe Milton.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show for sure. We interviewed him. One, friend of the show. Two, you wouldn't say that to his face because that is a ginormous human being.
Yeah.
Huge human being.
Yeah.
He walked up. I was like, good God.
Yeah. Would not want to
Both
tackle
of
that
them.
guy.
Joe Milton and help me T.
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, thank you. Both of them were huge.
They were. I mean, Hendon was much taller than I realized. He's not, like Joe Milton was also yoked in a way that Hendon wasn't, but both of them were much bigger than I realized.
Yeah, in fact, I almost put it up tonight, but I didn't want to take it out of the package because I'm still deciding if I'm going to put it in the shadow box. But I've got a signed jersey from Hendon, and
nice.
I thought too. I thought he was kind of on the smaller side. No, he's not.
No.
Yeah, huge. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Kentucky basketball and their 5-5, but I am curious. To my knowledge, the only team of substance, right? The only, SEC big time school that has actually taken a player since this new 5-5 rule has been in place from Judge Sweeney is Tennessee. Is it because y'all had the special injunction from the Tennessee court and your guy Washington is fully eligible? Are you nervous about that? Because I thought that was interesting. Everybody else is kind of in a waiting game. Y'all jumped on it quickly. So obviously conversations were happening, right? You had a plan, but then you were confident enough, you being Rick Barnes in the basketball program, confident enough to make the decision. Can you help explain to me why that is? Why are y'all the only one to take one so far?
No. I mean,
okay.
I trust Rick Barnes. If there's anybody over there I trust, it's him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like there was a reason. I find it surprising that everybody else in this waiting game, and the only thing I can think of is because the Tennessee court had a separate hearing or separate ruling. I'm sorry, on the same day that Judge Sweeney came out saying that this dude or folks from this area were eligible. Him coming from Vanderbilt, Tennessee ruling lumped him in to be able to go to Tennessee and commit there.
I think every player's in a unique spot, like unique situation. So I think it's all different. Like I guess Jalen Washington just got cleared and Tennessee was ready to finish the deal. Like I that's the only thing that I could come up with.
Yeah, he was the last Infinity Stone. So
well, that and we that was a need still, as hype as we are about the roster and stuff, that was kind of the one kind of question mark. And then the one guy who was maybe going to fill it, the guy from, I don't remember his name, but from VCU ended up getting hurt or something. And so that reopened the spot. And it's on paper, it's an upgrade because I think at the beginning he was ranked like the number 57 portal guy, like out of everyone in the transfer portal. So
yeah, he's really good. T. We talked about it on Wednesday. His player efficiency. I don't have my stats on me, but his player efficiency rating marks out to like an all-conference player. Obviously, lower sample size, but like 6'10", 7'4" wingspan, shot block and rim protector, lob threat. I mean,
which is exactly what Hammer and I have been clamoring for. So
yeah, and if you look at his stats, they are very similar to Felix Akparas.
Yeah,
and he's a really good free throw shooter. So
yeah, it was a perfect fit, perfect pickup.
Yeah, all right, I mean, I've had quite enough of this conversation.
Oh, good. I am so glad you did that. I will be ready to interject mine once y'all talking about Kentucky.
Enough glazing this Tennessee roster.
Hey, it better not be at me. I was complimented. It better, all of that hate better be going towards Rando.
Oh, it always goes towards Rando. I hate his happiness. So yeah, we can.
Yeah, Joshy Boy's in the comments. 6'11". I want a 7-footer, but 6'11" will do. Shut up, Joshy Boy. Now that being said, we'd all use an extra inch.
Extra inch helps.
Game of inches, boys.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wake up every morning and it's just still the same. Actually getting shorter, I think. By the
Well, if you would stop peeing sitting down, you may.
You think that's what it is? That's the root cause?
Could be gravity.
That's what I was about to say. Gravity can get you.
But I think that would do the other.
Yeah,
wouldn't it? That's okay. Yeah. Something to think about. I'll consider it. Maybe I'll give it. I'll do a little test bed.
Yeah, don't let us know what you find.
All right, Kentucky, 5-5. The big.
All right, that's enough of this. I don't.
Hey, listen, I control the. Well, I guess Hammer also has control, so he can just let you back in. But we'll just have a game of me kicking you out and Hammer letting you back in. But
no, I just wouldn't come back in.
Yes, you would. You want to play this game in a little bit. 5-5.
Yeah, but see, I can also do that.
So. You did me. That's not fair. I gotta be able to fix that. All right. 5-5 Kentucky basketball. Keyshawn Hall, Mark Mitchell, Jackson Kohler. The Keyshawn Hall smoke is starting to kind of fade away. St. John seems to be the place for him. Now he did post a Kentucky image playing them and then an image playing St. John's, which is weird. We do know they will use Kentucky as a leverage tool, they being players in the portal. We've seen it over and over again. That is definitely a negative of the Pope recruitment since he's been at Kentucky. But Jackson Kohler and Mark Mitchell seem very, very much alive if they get eligibility. BYU potential pulling maybe has a slight lead for Jackson Kohler, depending on what you're hearing. But, Ryan, we haven't got your opinion yet. Between the two, actually, let's include all three because who knows what's going to happen. Between the three, who would you like to see add this roster? Best fit on the court, best fit in the locker room, fills a need, a gap that you think this team needs to actually, be Elite Eight, Final Four potential.
And then
I'm one of the few. Rank them 1 through 3. Okay, I'm one of the few that actually has Kohler on the top of my list, and the reason why is because I think one humongous body that he's 250 pounds, he's more than that, but an absolute unit down low. And I think that, even though Malachi's put on some muscle and Kepnang's there, that you've got a third massive body that can shoot's not going to hurt you. And the other reason I'm kind of on him is that Mark Pope actually recruited Jackson Kohler before. And that was when he was at BYU before he went to Michigan State. But obviously a different pool to BYU with Kohler and all that, but I'm not going to get too far into that. But I think that just for what Kentucky needs, 6'9", 250, like what are you talking about? Like, and a dude that can shoot threes, that's the kind of thing that an SEC, which is notoriously physical, we could use, because there's going to be games where Malachi and Ketnang are both in foul trouble. That we've seen it time and time again. So I think that adding another big body would definitely be advantageous for Kentucky. But as far as putting them 1 through 3, I'm going to go against the grain here. And I'm going to put Mitchell at 2. And I just really like his game. He went off against Kentucky. So maybe that's why I'm saying that I like his game so much. But I think that he's got a great game, can fit very well in the Pope offense, is familiar with what Kentucky does, obviously knows how to play in the SEC. Not that Keyshawn Hall wouldn't, but if I'm Mark Pope, let me get real with you. All right, we're the only ones here in the room. If I'm Mark Pope and I am sitting on a massive $1 million houseboat with my squad in one of the most beautiful parts of the country in Red River Gorge, and I've got a guy thinking about going eating chopped cheese in bodegas, and he's trying to use my name to drive up that price, dude, go do it. Like, if you want to go to St. John's, go. Like, this is Kentucky. I want somebody completely bought into Kentucky. And if you're not completely bought in and you just want the Twitter engagement, just go do your thing. So maybe I'll eat my words there, but that post just didn't really sit right with me, I guess, 100%. I thought it was a little bit, all right, Michael Rapone, like, I just posted a picture of Kentucky up my NIL by $500,000. Like, that it's like, I cannot wait for a day when Mark Pope, and he's gone to Wheeler's Pharmacy now in Lexington, great spot, by the way, but he's gone to Wheeler's Pharmacy.
Yep.
So he can win a national championship. And by the way, if you're ever over at Wheeler's Pharmacy, across the street, go over to see my guy Jimmy at Kentucky Roadshow. But the thing with him is I can't wait till he's got a national championship under his belt or a Final Four where he can just shut this down. That he can, like, because imagine if somebody did this to 2012 Calipari, what he would have said. So, like, I kind of am of the belief that, I understand college is a different landscape and stuff, but I still think you can recruit guys that want to be here, want to be in the program. And I think we're seeing that with a lot of the guys on this year's team. And, we just went out and spent $6 million on a dude from Iowa State, and he seems to be having the time of his life in Lexington. So I think you can get great players, spend a lot of money, make great investments, but you also have to look at the continuity, because I think when you look at, like, last year's Kentucky team, that was missing. And the first year's team had it. And I think this year's team is a lot more like the first year team. And I think Mark Pope's kind of looking to add guys that not only fit from a playing standpoint, because all three of these guys are fantastic basketball players, but you're looking for guys that you can bring in that are going to fit the team, fit the mold of the program, and not become something that you're like, man, like, I shouldn't have brought this dude in. Like, we were rolling. I should have brought him in, trying to stir the pot. And I think with Kohler and Mitchell, you have two better options there. And I hate Auburn.
Yes. Well, and so I feel the same way about Keyshawn Hall. I think he's uber talented. Drew laid out all the things you need to know about Keyshawn Hall and why he could be a great add for Kentucky, and I would say easily the most talented dude out there right now in the portal. Like, could come in there and easily elevate any team he goes on, and that team would be instantly just like Kentucky right now, a top 12, 15 squad. You put Keyshawn Hall on the team, on paper, they're a top 18 automatically. But, the vibes just feel weird, and he does come with some baggage. And at this point, do you really want to add on to that? My personal take is Mark Mitchell 1A, Jackson Kohler 1B. They're two different players. I think Mark Mitchell gives us a thing that we need in, like, a high motor guy, also a big body, can offensive rebound, can defensive rebound. You know exactly what you're going to get. But again, and Drew laid this out on Wednesday, Jackson Kohler brings the same things, different game. But when you talk about, like, locker room or culture, it's the same thing. He was a team captain for Tom Izzo. Drew, you said he was one of two players to record or average a double-double. Was that right? What was that stat?
No, he was the first player under Tom Izzo to have 5 consecutive double-doubles.
So, like,
I don't have the stats in front of me that I did the other night, but that's what it was.
Yeah, so, like, Jackson Kohler has a great resume as well, and he's got a dog mentality. So 1A, 1B, like, if I can get one of these two dudes and they are both eligible, me personally, I am going Mark Mitchell, and I feel the same way as you, Ryan, of, like, it's probably a lot because I watched what this dude did to Kentucky, and I'm like, I would love for that to be on my team, but I would also be very excited to bring a Jackson Kohler type to this roster who can play the 4, who can play the 5. I think wants to play the 4 and would be really good in that spot, but he is versatile enough to play both spots.
I mean, Kohler's to me, and I know that percentage-wise that he and Mitchell are very close from the 3-point line, but Kohler takes a lot more attempts. And I think that in a Mark Pope offense, especially this iteration of a Mark Pope offense, where Milan Momcilovic is going to be throwing up threes all the time, I think it's going to be a very three-heavy offense. So I almost like what's up, Trent? Almost like the ability there of that he's not trigger shy, because we've seen guys in Mark Pope that I felt were a little trigger shy to start. And I want to be able, Malachi rip down a rebound, throw it out there, and bang, right there. Because you know that Milan's going to be getting double teamed. So somebody's going to be open. And I think that Kohler, and not to mention with the way he shoots the ball, this is like super basketball nerdy, but the way he shoots the ball, he's got an extremely high release on his shot. So he's actually playing a lot taller than 6'9" on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not saying he's like an uber athlete and can jump out of the gym or anything like that. But, if you've got guys like Njai, who plays taller than him, I think length can become a thing on offense. People always talk about length on defense, but I think that it can matter on offense too, especially when you're going to try to play what I imagine. I mean, I haven't talked to Pope or anything like this. What I imagine is going to be more of a traditional Mark Pope style offense this year than what we saw last year. I think you're going to see the ball flying, and I think Kohler fits that a little better than Mitchell does.
Yeah. So, and to your point before about them on this retreat having a great time on a boat, like the team is vibing, everything looks good. Like you have to make sure whoever you bring in, and to the point of my tweet here is, whoever you bring in, you have to make sure doesn't ruin this. Like you cannot bring someone in who's going to be toxic and ruin what we have right here, because what's going on like this in the offseason is more impactful than what you can do on a practice court, like playing games. Like this locker room stuff, the locker room culture, in my personal opinion, like this carries a team that may or may not be as talented as others. Like this will get you over the hump and get you win games that maybe you should.
100%. And Drew, I know you played college basketball. I was on staffing of a college basketball team. There's times, especially like February, man, where like you've seen a lot of these guys. Like you see them more than you see your significant other, more than you see your parents. And like you have to, I'm not saying that you have to like everybody on the team. That's just probably not going to happen. It is unrealistic with how many are on there, but you need to have the respect, and you need to be able to really live with them, because that's kind of, especially in March, you're in hotels, you're on planes, you're in buses, like you're always together. So I don't think having somebody that could potentially cause a kink in that would necessarily be good. That I would be very careful if I were Mark Pope, and I would really, 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 really vet any of the three of the guys before I did anything. But I think if somebody's going to make the team better, I think Mark Pope has the same mentality that Will Stein has, that he's going to hear them out and is going to see what he can do. Because ultimately, Mark Pope's job's not to make fun videos on the lake; it's to win basketball games. What's up, Hogball?
I love.
There you go, T. You get a little shout out, and yes, the boat trips on TikTok, they are a big deal, dude. I don't care what you say.
Hardball, you probably missed it. Last year there was a day of practice, and Rando used their shooting percentage numbers in that practice to equal number 9. So yeah, he'll make a boat trip equal number 9. That's what was your phrase? He will convince himself that equals number 9. Whatever.
T, you spent many years in a locker room. You spent many years in a culture in the Marine Corps, which is very similar to a locker room. Tell me it doesn't mean something when that locker room's tight. Just outside of it, tell me that culture isn't important.
No, that absolutely matters.
That's all I'm saying.
But I don't know that a boat trip is indicative of a great culture.
No, but I'm just saying this is an example of like the entire team coming together. We didn't get this last year. We didn't have this tight group last year.
Yeah, but to Hogball's comment, like South Carolina's in the Bahamas, like that does not mean that they're going to be SEC champs now. But
culture
does matter.
I got a devil's advocate though. Because this team was in the offseason last year. They were saying they were really good teammates. And then when shit hit the fan, they turned on each other. Like that's the biggest question to me. If this Kentucky team loses a game or they lose 2 in a row, do they stick together? That's the biggest. Everything's all fun and games right now in the offseason because they haven't played a game. Yep. But let's just say Kentucky schedule will be different. But last year's team, they lost against Louisville and Michigan State, and then the wheels fell off. Like, can this team this year, if things go wrong, can they stick together and be able to withstand that? We got
this year's team, I think, has a definitive leader in Zoom Diallo, where last year's team, it was supposed to be Jalen Lowe. That never worked. And then it took a minute for Ortega to kind of assume that role and be like, all right, I'm the leader. Once Ortega did it, they started playing a lot better. But I think
that's Ortega anyways.
Why would it be Aberdeen, though? He was the one who came from a natty winning team.
I don't think that was Aberdeen either. Like, I don't think that was like in
Aberdeen was just a fish out of water all season after Jalen Lowe went down, trying to play point guard, just not a position he was. I mean, he did everything that he could, but
I thought he did. I mean, I'm an outsider looking in, but I mean, he sacrificed his game, changed.
Oh, for sure. I have no hate against Zell. Like,
enough to me.
We will boo him when we play Florida because that's just what we do. But like, I have no individual. What he did for Kentucky last year, like you said, sacrificing going to play point guard when that's not his natural spot.
He saved us from going off the rails.
Absolutely. He transitioned his game from being a even assist turnover guy, like not good, to being a 4 assist to 1 turnover guy. Like, he very much, like, I got no hate to Zell, but again, like he wasn't that guy. And he might have been a little distracted while he was at Kentucky too. And if you're a Kentucky fan, you know why, and can't really hate on him.
Hey, but that reason is going to be why a certain team's pretty good on campus.
That is true.
Watch out for that team, by the way. They're gonna make some noise. I promise.
Oh, the Kentucky women's basketball is going to be very, very good. Kenny Brooks in his bag. All right, so I'm going to play this video from Drew, and then he's going to talk about Mark Mitchell, and then we're going to play our game. Let me pull this up, Drew.
Big Ten and 29th nationally in double doubles. Third in the Big Ten in rebounding. Like I said, 8.9 rebounds per game. And this is what's interesting to me because Tom Izzo has been coaching for 100 years, and he's had a lot of really good players. The first player under Tom Izzo to record 5 straight double doubles. And, with that, he's both an offensive and a defensive rebounder. So this is a kid that, he just plays the right way. Kind of, they're different players, but kind of that Andrew Carr feel where, like, he's not going to break you down off the dribble and have all these highlight dunks and highlight blocks, but he's reliable. He's a great teammate. He's going to show up every day. He's going to play hard. He's very smart on the court, understands late game situation, just all of those things. It would be, like I've said, it would be a great pickup for Kentucky to add.
So Drew is a fan of Jackson Kohler as well. But what do you think right now, Drew? Any update from Wednesday? I know Keyshawn Hall is your number 1 guy. Has that faded since then, or how would you rank him?
Basketball-wise, I would still rank him the same. Like, I would rather have Keyshawn Hall and then Mark Mitchell and then Kohler. But that's just because of talent. And for me as a basketball fan, and if I was a coach, I would have the Coach Cal approach. I would gather as much talent as I can and then figure it out later. The Keyshawn Hall recruitment definitely.
Coach Pope is not that guy though, but that's my biggest thing. Like, I agree with, like, Coach Cal can do that. Like, and I love Pope. I pray that he's successful. Like, I want him to be successful. Like, I would love to put Pope on a pedestal as one of the greatest Kentucky coaches of all time. He is not Calipari. I don't think he can coach that way. I don't think he's got that. I don't think he's got that intestinal fortitude to be like, I'm going to get the best talent. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be the most dominant thing in the locker room. He doesn't seem to be built that way.
Yeah. First off, the hog ball, I was comparing them as people and role players, not their games. Made that pretty obvious in the video, but Appreciate the comment.
Hogball's from Arkansas, man. Nothing's obvious to him. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. The Keyshawn Hall recruitment definitely seems strange. I've kind of lost faith in that. I said it though. If that recruitment goes weird over the phone, then Pope needs to immediately pull out of it. And maybe that's what happened. I have no idea. The Mark Mitchell recruitment is very quiet. We haven't heard a whole lot. There's been some smoke that Mizzou is still in play to go back there. We'll see, though. They're at 15 roster spots. The biggest thing with Mark Mitchell, we could talk about all the other things in him as a basketball player. The number one stat that was important to me, it was what I was trying to get you to pull up, Rando, but it was the fact that he was 16th in the country last year, or 6th in the country last year at assist at 6'9" or taller. I think that's crucial because I don't know how much zoom action Frank the Tank's going to be doing in the middle. And I don't know, we still got to see if Malachi can do it at a high level. I think Mark Mitchell would help in that way and maybe would be the lead guy as far as that big running the zoom action. And the Jackson Kohler recruitment, I think, is pretty similar to Mark Mitchell. It's a little bit quiet, but there's some smoke there. A little bit of info on Kohler's recruitment. He's looking to primarily play the 4 over the 5. So I think that's important wherever he goes. It seems like it's between Kentucky and BYU as of right now, or at least those are the two teams linked. So he's looking to play the 4 or the 5, or I'm sorry, the 4 over the 5. He wants, I think one of the things he wants is to show more versatility. I think he wants to show the ability to like switch and guards, show some of the guard skills. Maybe we haven't seen much from him at Tom Izzo, just as far as like ball handling and some of that zoom action. And yeah, I think that's it. Like wants to continue to stretch the floor, shoot threes, which he shot the ball pretty well last year on around, I can't remember, but it was like 115, 133s last year and made a little over 35%. So I don't know. I said it on Wednesday. If Kentucky adds any of these 3 guys, like it's a positive. If they don't, I guess it is what it is, and we'll just roll with the 14 we have. But
so that's the first. See, Hogball, this is how you just don't pay attention. I'm currently in Virginia, my guy. I'm not even in Cali anymore. I'm on the right coast. Come on, man, wake up, dude. Tune in more often. And
to be fair, they didn't have geography classes in Arkansas.
Yeah, it's true. Is it Arkansas? We won. Hogball in another comment was talking about. He said, "I thought Cam, Hawthorne, and Milan were one of the deepest wing groups in college basketball." Correct. I do believe that. Now they haven't played a single game of basketball together, so it is just belief. It is not seeing is believing. It is. I am hoping that they are what they are supposed to be. Top 30 recruit out of high school. Cam Williams, top 50 transfer portal guy, and Milan, top 3 transfer portal guy. If we don't get anybody else, we are still a top 12 to 15 preseason roster. We'll see how it comes out, but that's where we stand right now. If they do become eligible, I think it is pretty clear we land one of the 3. Would you guys agree with that, Ryan and Drew?
I think so. Unless they all 3 get denied and there's a mid-major player out there or something.
Yeah, if they are eligible, I think we get one of the 3. And all 3 of them, I think, help the roster. Do all 3 of them help the culture, which is the big thing, and we will see. My list is Mark Mitchell, Kohler, then Keyshawn Hall. I know, Drew, you're Keyshawn Hall. Who's number 2?
Mark Mitchell.
Mitchell, and then Kohler, and then Ryan, you're Kohler, Mitchell, Hall. So we'll see how it goes. But the confidence that if they're eligible, we get one of these 3. We round out the 15-man roster, which is huge. Again, they each fill a gap that we need. It's just, do they actually fit in the team as far as cohesion, locker room stuff. One of them's an outlier, but he could prove everybody wrong. And if he does prove everybody wrong, Kentucky is going to be very, very special this next season. All right. Game time. We ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is the game. We are going to draft, fantasy draft snake style. Our best. Timber's already got his notes. His team is already drafted. We'll see how this goes.
I got no notes.
I'm winging this thing, man. We're gonna see how it goes.
Go into something unprepared.
No, you do. I'm gonna try to. I don't know. Now you're gonna make me overthink. So I'm gonna try to throw you off, and I'm gonna screw myself up. But what we're gonna do is draft the all-time best college football roster. Well, it's gonna be a quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a defense. So, snake draft, I got the order, and this is how you know that this is how the spinner went. Hammer has the first pick, which if I was definitely trying to stack the deck, would not give Hammer the first pick. Coach Ryan's got pick number 2. T's got pick 3. Drew is at 4, and then I'm rounding out the 5. But I do get back-to-back picks, I guess. Well, hopefully that will help me out. So we'll start this thing off drafting, and ChatGPT is going to be the judge of who has the best roster.
Oh, boy, I love me some McFadden, man. McFadden, one of my favorite college running backs. That dude,
Darren McFadden.
He was
a dog.
He was
lost to Kentucky, but he was a dog.
He and Felix Jones ran all over us, but still, man, I respect the dude and was a big fan of his in the league.
Yeah.
Well, quarterback, running back, how many receivers?
2 receivers.
2
receivers, tight end, and a defense.
Yep.
Okay.
Quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, tight end. Okay, got it.
All right. So, and I'm going to type these in. So, here we go. At pick number 1, Hammer selects
Barry Sanders.
Oh,
yeah.
And this is just their college careers, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna make the caveat when I submit it into chat that we are only judging their college football careers. All right. Hammer selects Barry Sanders.
Running back, Oklahoma State.
Team Ryan, you are up.
it's gonna be controversial, but in college, the man was unstoppable. Give me Tim Tebow.
Timmy Tebow. I think that's a good pick. Quarterback runs the team. Team T.
I want the 2001 Miami defense.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, he's going defense first.
I got my guy.
Because you know what? There's been stellar players at all the positions. There's only been but so many elite defenses, and none as elite as Miami.
That's it. Okay. Interesting pick. Going defense first. Drew, you are up.
Yeah, I got my guy. Give me Mr. Joe Shiesty, Mr. Joe Burrow down there at LSU at quarterback.
Joe Burrow.
To me, the greatest season in college as a quarterback.
All right. So that means I get back-to-back picks. I think I'm going to go I wanted Joe Burrow. That was going to be my quarterback. But we're talking college, and I get back-to-back picks.
Jared Lorenzen, we know. We get it.
That wouldn't be a bad pick.
I thought about it. I
penciled it in.
That wouldn't be a bad pick. I'm going to go. I'm a wide receiver. I'm going to go Randy Moss.
Marshall.
And then after that, I'm going to go at quarterback. This is his college career.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Do I do this? Do I go versatile, big
make
body?
your pick.
No, I'm talking through myself. Man, we got plenty of time. It's not like one of us just had a child. All right, I got all night. Do I go Vince Young and a guy who is like just was bigger and stronger and better than anybody? I'm sorry, not Vince Young. I got Cam Newton. I want to go Cam Newton.
For somebody that had back-to-back picks, you sure are flailing around like a Australian
I got
chicken
2 minutes on the
breakdancing.
clock, and I didn't come with the notebook.
Who said you had 2 minutes?
I said, who made this game up? Point to it right now.
The worst player at the game out the panel. Make your pick, man.
I'm gonna go Matt Leinart.
That's what I'd have done too.
Shut up.
All right, I got Barry Sanders.
No, you don't.
What?
You already took it.
No, you don't. Hammer already took Barry Sanders.
Oh shit, my bad.
Good gravy.
Give me Randy Moss.
He's gone.
He already
Dude,
took it.
I picked Randy Moss. Pay attention, Drew.
Yeah, you're entering rando terrible territory here, Drew. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hope I get this one right. All right. Is Herschel Walker taken?
There you go.
He is not. You can take Herschel Walker.
Heuschel.
That's a good pick.
I'm gonna forget my next pick of who's taken.
You're gonna make me have to try to remember how to spell Herschel Walker. Hopefully, chat figures this out. I think I got it. All right, T, you're up.
I want Cam Newton. Did more with less than anybody else.
Made me second guess my Matt Leinart pick. All right, Ryan, you're up.
Give me Reggie Bush.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I was waiting. I thought he would have gone in the first round, actually.
Yeah. I really wanted quarterback. And
Did he give his Heisman back yet?
I don't think so. I think Kim Kardashian's got it.
All right, Hammer, you're up. 2 picks.
All right. So let's go Larry Fitzgerald.
No, it's a great pick.
And Keith Jackson, tight end out of Oklahoma.
Ooh, okay. All right, Ryan, you're up.
All right, I got to start filling in the receiver room here. It's not a school that gets thought about a lot, and nor they deserve to be thought about a lot, but they have won a national championship in my lifetime. Give me Calvin Johnson from Georgia Tech.
That was my next pick. All right, T, you're up. Dadgummit.
All right. I'm going to go receiver also. Give me – there's so many good receivers.
Yeah, there's a big list.
But we're talking college careers. Give me Michael Crabtree.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Good one.
That was almost went receiver there, but that's a good pick.
Michael Crabtree was one of my all-time favorite. I was hoping he was going to be.
He was one of them in college. Man. He was good. He was good in the NFL, but he was one of them in college.
He was with the Raiders and the Ravens.
He played for the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers, right? I think.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
All right, Drew, you're up.
All right, I'm going to take at receiver. He won a Heisman. I'm going to take Devontae Smith.
It's a good pick.
Devontae Smith is a good pick.
I think ChatGPT might give me some graces for that. I'm trying to play the AI system.
Trying to play the game here.
It's not a bad one, Hardball. He was a baller.
Who did Hardball say?
Jeremy Shockey.
At tight end? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go at running back. I got OJ or I got Bo.
Juice was legit, man, at USC.
I'm going to go OJ. And I know you said that just because you want Bo Jackson.
Bro, we get one running back, and I took Barry Sanders. Trying to keep
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, yeah, you don't get a bench.
It's
You're right.
It's a good thing you're not running the game.
All right, and after that, who do I take? I need another receiver. I got my list here. One who hasn't been taken yet, who was
be a good pick.
I hate playing games with you. I'm gonna go Peter Ward, wide receiver, FSU.
Great choice.
I mean, yeah, had he played in the national championship game, it may have been a little more nerve-wracking for Tennessee.
All right, Drew, you're up.
I'm deciding between two guys here, and they played on the same team.
You trying to go? So you're taking an LSU receiver?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know career-wise though. One's better than a season-wise. That's the only. I don't know how ChatGPT will rank that.
I'm gonna say only judge off of college, off their college career.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then give me Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
Jamar Chase had an unbelievable year though, but he only really had like that 1 year.
Yeah, because he sat out the whole.
Yeah, he didn't play that year after.
Yeah, that's why people were sleeping on him, thinking he wasn't going to be good. I'm like, y'all seen him play?
All right, T, you're up.
I'm gonna go receiver again. Let me get Tim Brown.
Good pick.
Tim Brown. Ryan, you're up. Tim Tebow, Reggie Bush, Calvin Johnson.
I'm going tight end here. A Raider, Brock Bowers.
Bowers, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it.
Great pick. I was waiting for that. Damn.
That's a good one. All right, Hammer, you're up.
Am I back?
You have Barry, Larry, and Keith Jackson.
Am I back to back this?
Yes.
All right. Give me Jerry Rice.
Yep.
Mississippi Valley State.
Mm-hmm.
And I will take the 2011 Alabama defense.
All right, does that round you out? You still coming back to you at a quarterback. So you'll be the last pick, right? If I did the math right.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody but me is taking a quarterback. So
I already know who Hammer's going to get at quarterback.
That's that fantasy football draft strategy.
All right, Ryan, you're up.
I'm going to go ahead and round out my offense here. No, I can't believe this guy he had one of the best 2-year stretches I can remember at Oklahoma State. Give me Justin Blackman.
Yeah. I had him on my list.
Justin Blackman.
He was my backup in case somebody snuck in there and took Jerry Rice.
2-time receiver of the year, I think, out of was it the Blitnikoff, right? Out of college?
I believe so. Yeah,
he was bad.
Justin Blackman was unstoppable at Oklahoma State. He was absurd.
Faux show.
Yeah, he did get it. Two back to back.
All right, Drew, you are up. Oh, I'm sorry, T. It's T.
No, T.
For tight end, let me get Kellen Winslow Jr.
Oh, good pick.
Kellen
Junior
Winslow.
over Pops.
I just didn't watch Pops, so.
Man, I'm gonna find me an old farts podcast to get on.
All right, I'm taking Cal Pitts at tight end.
Oh, you mother!
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, I was petrified of him every single play against Florida. I was petrified of him.
Yep.
Yeah. Is the only defense taking the one that T took, or did somebody else? Or Hammer took 2012?
Hammer.
I took
2011 Bama.
2011.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my list.
Too, Bammer.
I'm going to take a defense first because I need some time to think about my tight end because Kyle Pitts was my tight end. I have the 09 Huskers and I have the 2021 Bulldogs as my tight ends. I'm sorry?
You can only have one of those.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which one. And I'm asking the AI machine which one I should pick.
Well, you're using AI to draft a list to be graded by AI. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know which one to pick, so I'm asking for help, and I got 2 minutes, so I can do that.
Oh my God.
2009 Nebraska, Ndamukong Suh only allowed 10.4 points a game and 300 yards of offense. Georgia 10.2 per game. (2021) Bulldogs won a title, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take the 2021 UGA Bulldogs defense. And yes, I'm reading as I type. So that's how I do. All right. And now at tight end, I don't know what to do. I could go Trey McBride. I could go Tyler Warren recently. Oh, go Mike Ditka.
Pitt.
Go Bears.
You are literally looking people up right now. Like
I didn't look him up. I had Mike Ditka and I had Kyle Pitts on my list with some new guys. So I made a list. I don't care if you believe me or not. So I'm done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the back end. All right, Drew, it's you.
I did have to look
this
this
defense.
I needed a big time defense. Give me the 1985 Oklahoma Sooners defense. Only allowed 7.2 points per game. I needed some help on the defense.
All right, that's fair. T, you're up. You got a defense.
Yeah, let me get Archie Griffin at running back.
Oh,
I had him fourth on my list of running backs.
I had him second.
Who? Man, that's a good pick. Heisman winner.
Two-time.
Back to back.
Two-time Heisman winner. Oh, man. Yeah, I think you might get some bonus points for that one. All right. Ryan, you're up.
Defense, a lot of good ones are taken here, but one defense comes to mind, especially with my team, since we're just going to be an offensive juggernaut, that I need a defense that not only stops people, I need a defense that scores. Give me 2016 Alabama.
I had them on my list too.
I had 4 Bama defenses on my list.
Yeah, that's
really any of the say early
more than 2. I had them. I had Rando's UGA. I had my Miami, and then, well, I won't say the last 2.
Yeah, so I'm not going to tell you who my other defenses are. I have one.
Trying to write down who I got now.
I ain't helping you jokers. So
no, this is the last round.
This is the last pick. Hammer, you got a quarterback in mind. Peyton Manning. You want me to put him down for you?
I'm the last one.
Yep.
Oh, I can't believe none of y'all took 92 Bama.
I was 2, Hammer. That's why I didn't take 92 Bama.
Oh, because you were around when Mike Ditka played then, right?
But I know who Mike. I like that. You know who Mike Ditka is. He's a dude. All right, go ahead.
Vince Young. And thank y'all for leaving him there for me.
He was very good.
I thought you were going to go Tommy Frazier.
I had Vince, Baker, and Frazier that rounded out my list.
I also
Baker
thought you were
Mayfield?
going to go with the 95 Nebraska defense, but
yeah, 86 Oklahoma was on there, and the 91 Washington defense was on there too. The other two defenses y'all definitely wouldn't have known: 61 Bama and 71 Nebraska.
I saw somewhere that 39 UT was one of the top defenses ever.
And you hollered at me for using freaking AI.
What do you mean? That defense did not get scored upon.
Yeah, they also did. The offense didn't know how to throw the football back then.
So
you play what's in front of you.
Yep. Hammer quarterback Vince Young. Receiver, Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald. Running back, Barry Sanders. Tight end, Keith Jackson. Defense, 2011, Bama. Ryan, Timmy Tebow, Calvin Johnson, Justin Blackman, Reggie Bush, Brock Bowers, 2016 defense. T, Cam Newton, Cabtree, Tim Brown, Archie Griffin, Kellen Winslow Jr., Miami defense. Drew, Joe Burr, Devonta Smith, Justin Jefferson, Herschel Walker, Kyle Pitts, 85, Oklahoma City defense. Team Rando, clear winner here. Matt Leinart, Peter Warrick, Randy Moss, OJ, Ditka, 2021, UGA Bulldogs defense. So I'm going to say
I almost went Keyshawn Johnson at receiver. Yeah. Number one draft pick, man. I almost went Keyshawn. This close. I probably wasn't gonna get him, but I had Braylon Edwards on the list too, man. At Michigan, Braylon Edwards was.
I had Ricky Williams on the list.
Ricky Williams was the problem.
I also had Troy Edwards, wide receiver, on my list.
Todd Gurley was pretty appealing to me at running back.
Yeah, Todd Gurley.
Derrick Henry was all right.
So that's why I wanted to go defense first, because there's just, Archie Griffin, Jamal Lewis, Todd Gurley, Bo Jackson, Derrick Henry, Ron Dane. Like you just had more to pull from. I felt like with the other positions, which is why
Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, like the running back list is extensive.
Yeah, I was gonna be happy.
All right, so who drafted the best team based off their college career only? And then also rank them 1 to 5. Is that the prompt good enough for you?
I think that works.
Any objections? All right. Let's see how this goes. Send prompt. Don't screw this up, Chat GPT.
Also, almost went Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
That'd have been controversial.
Heck of a baller, though.
Yeah. College career.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And he was balling in the league too until he lost his mind.
All right, this game is stupid.
Rando got
he drafted Matt Leinart.
It sounds like he rightfully got the
Matt Leinart won a national championship and a Heisman. He was a dude.
He had
at USC.
by far the best team around him. Like he didn't have.
Yeah, but he had the stats itself. I'm going.
Yeah,
he was
my quarterback did the same thing.
Your team's number 5, then, right? Out of 5.
I could have won the national championship with that USC team with me at quarterback, man.
Well, let's see.
All right, here we go. The winner, Drew, with 9.9 out of 10. Why number 1? Best combination of elite peak season, major awards, and championships. So she being Chat, heavily favoring the award winning here, not overall stats.
I have a 2-time Heisman winner. Tim Brown won the Heisman, and Cam Newton won the Heisman. What is she talking about?
Number 2.
I paid
Team
her off.
T at 9.7.
Oh, well, you were right there then.
That's BS.
Team 3, Hammer at 9.5.
Shouldn't have picked Tebow. Thought God was on my side.
Team Ryan 4, 9.3. Team Rando at 9.0 at 5. So now I'm just gonna play with this thing and say, don't base it off of hardware. I'm gonna say best football player.
What'd you say?
Who was your running back?
Herschel Walker.
Herschel. So because he was a Heisman winner, national champion, and 3-time All-American, he gets like a bunch of bonus points on the resume.
Well, and I had Burrow. Burrow probably gave me a ton of points too.
I'm going to be controversial here. I think college version Tim Tebow was actually more successful than Burrow.
College. Yeah, Burrow.
Burrow's 1 year was
I had Tebow number 1 quarterback. I had Tebow, Newton, Burrow, Young, and then Matt Leinart. That was how I had my quarterbacks ranked, and that's how we drafted them 1 through 5, just not in that order.
But I liked Cam Newton because Cam Newton had the worst team out of all these dudes and won the Natty.
He literally carried that team.
Yeah.
All right, so I said don't judge off of only. I want college stats, overall play on the field, and impact to the team. Anything you want to add before we modify it, see if it changes anything?
I think that's what it should be based on.
Silence is consent, except for Hammer. He agrees. Let's go. Send the prompt.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't really considering awards when I was putting my team together.
All right. Well, okay. So it got a little better for me. I am no longer 5th. I am 4th.
Hey.
Here we go. The new revised rankings. Hammer, 9.8 out of 10. This is the team I take based strictly on college football ability and impact, according to ChatGPT. Number 2, still Team Drew at 9.7. Number 3, Team Ryan at 9.5. Number 4, Team Rando, 9.1. I got an extra decimal point. And number 5, Team T at 9.0. So I like this one better. T's last, I'm at 4th, and then y'all figure it out. That's what's going to get clipped on the show.
So collectively, I was still number 1 and number 2 then.
Yeah, whatever.
What was that based off? What did you change it to?
Stats. So college stats, overall impact, and gameplay.
Overall impact.
Yes. On the team.
Nobody has more impact than Cam Newton. Like ever.
Well, yeah, you had one. I mean, you got 9.0. Congratulations. Yeah. I beat you by a point.
Your team sucks. Pick the worst quarterback out of everybody. He's not even.
I probably could have done
the pool.
Who did?
I said you did pick the worst quarterback out of the pool.
I don't know, man. I like the old Matt Leinart. He was good at USC.
I don't dislike him. I'm just saying out of the pool, he would be 5th of 5.
Yeah, and Hogball, if I had an extra 30 minutes, I would type in prompts until I figure out how to get number 1 for sure. And I have some integrity. I could easily change my quarterback. Y'all would have known, and I just would have gotten number 1.
What do you mean?
You have no idea what I'm typing back here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can manipulate it if you want to.
Put Rando's team first.
We all know that your team is not
exactly. ChatGPT. Do whatever you do to pick me first.
Yeah.
And then read me the prompt.
Yeah.
I mean, and respectfully, Mike Ditka, but like Kellen Winslow Sr., Vernon Davis, Dave Casper, Ken McAfee, there were several tight ends that probably were ahead.
Yeah. I had Vernon
Davis. I was trying to outthink the system there. Drew had me thinking about the awards and
I honestly didn't even consider like.
Well, I considered the awards, but I didn't make my picks off of it. I did try to catch the Heisman Trophy when I could get him because I knew that I figured that ChatGPT would give me a slight boost from it, but I was playing the game within the game. That's probably how
I had 4 Heismans on my teams.
Yeah.
I had 1. I had Barry.
Well, I mean, 3 different.
Give me a different quarterback. Hammer selected Vince Young. So you have to give me a different quarterback, and I'll throw your team into ChatGPT, see how it ranks. Quickly.
He's gonna say Matt Jones.
I had Michael Irvin on my list too.
Ryan Mallett.
Right now.
Hey, that dude had a bazooka for an arm though.
Yeah. Funniest thing I ever saw was it was the pregame for the Alabama-Arkansas game, and Ryan Mallett was standing next to Nick Saban, and it, honest to God, looked like Nick Saban was a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryan Mallett was huge.
He was massive. He what, 6'6"?
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah.
He was a monster.
Actually,
hey, someone read off that team for me. Derek McFadden, Julio Jones. Who else?
Michael Irvin,
Jeremy Shockey. And then 1964 Arkansas defense, and he wants A.J. McCarron at quarterback.
I considered Michael Vick at quarterback too. That dude was crazy.
Yeah.
I had Danny Werfel on here too because that was painful. 96 with him.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna share this just so he doesn't think I'm lying.
Hogball got last.
No, he didn't get last.
You got first.
No, I wouldn't be sharing. I would just end the show before I let him know that.
Which prompt are you going with? The legit one or the second one?
The second one is the legit one. What are you doing?
No way.
Yeah.
No way. First one's a legit one.
Yeah.
All right, let's get real sicko here and add kickers in.
Yeah.
You can't beat me, Hogball. Sorry about it.
Okay, tell him the first prompt.
Go back to the first prompt.
I don't want to go back to the first prompt.
Go back to the first prompt.
You can't change it after I won.
All right, so judge based off the first prompt.
What?
She's confused.
No, she's not. She knows what she knows ball. That's what to start with.
Chad's confused. No, I think it. I look at this.
How did I drop?
Hey, I went up a percentage point.
Yeah, you got, and so did I. And T dropped one. Sorry, dude. I might have finished fourth. Might have finished in front of Hogball. That's all that matters.
Well, we need the first rankings back.
You got on the podium. You're number 2. You're good.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last. If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with silver.
A lot of shit wrong with silver. I want gold.
Man, see, Coach Evans' comments are I'm missing all of them because they're up at the top again.
Oh yeah. Dang, he's had to fix this.
I've been missing. He gave us his team too.
Oh, let's put coaches.
Here, I can read it to you. Unless you can pop it up.
Wins title before Pope. I mean,
that is messed up, Hogball.
What'd he say?
It said the brothers finishing last. It hurts.
I don't even know. Yeah, I didn't know that Hogball. I didn't know what his ethnicity, his racial preference until just now because he's hiding behind this burner account. All right, so let's go back to what Coach Vic was saying.
Yeah, let's go back to what Coach Vic is saying. Exactly, right there. Coach
That's
Vic.
not no Coach doesn't know ball because guess what? AI
voted
says
me.
I was not last.
Had me number 1 twice.
Yeah.
Who is your quarterback, Hammer?
Vince Young.
Vince Young.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm telling you, I have Braylon Edwards. That's not a bad. Would you go Braylon Edwards or Andre Johnson?
Ooh.
College, probably Braylon Edwards.
Braylon was.
I'm probably leaning.
That pain at
Michigan.
All right, I'm gonna do one more.
Probably.
That's Michigan State, right? Charles Rogers, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Can someone read me off Vic's? Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett.
Yep. Braylon Edwards and Desmond Howard at receiver. Kellen Winslow Sr. at tight end.
Yep.
And 86 Oklahoma defense.
That's the Oklahoma defense I would have taken.
He said
add it in there. Let's see what it says. I can't see the comments. Y'all gotta talk to me and set it. Here we go.
I didn't catch it either.
All right. So Hammer still number 1, Drew 2, Ryan 3, Vic 4. I've been bumped down to 5. Hogball 6. T still last. Sorry about it.
There is no world in which you having Matt Leinart gets above me.
I'm sorry. I disagree with that one. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But also,
doesn't matter what either you think.
Hogball said that the picture is literally him. So Hogball is Wood Harris. Okay. So.
That's fair. Hogball, hey, listen, we are trying to figure out how to get a call-in section of the show. Hammer had a good idea. We are a web-based show. There's got to be an app that I can link into this thing. I'm still trying to figure this out. When we do, you have to be the first one to call in.
Yeah.
All right. Got to be the first one to call in. We can chop it up a little bit. But I got to pull up one thing real quick. Y'all talk about some random stuff while I do it, and then we'll end the show.
Hammer, did you have any Tennessee people? Did you have Peyton on your quarterback list?
I actually did not.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't have a single Tennessee player on my list.
I had Jamal Lewis on the running back list, but he was like number 13 for he was way down there for me.
Well, and what I did too, I only went about 7 or 8 deep, about 6 or 7 deep on defense, and then maybe 15, 16 receivers. Because I knew there wouldn't be probably there with just one running back, right?
Yeah.
So you got your top 5, top 6, whatever it was going to end up being, and I just couldn't put him ahead of guys like Tony Dorsett, Earl Campbell, Archie Griffin, Bo Jackson, Herschel, or Barry. Like just couldn't. So he wouldn't have made the list.
Yeah, I mean I have Marcus Allen on there and LT. I had Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, I considered Adrian Peterson, but again, you look at these other names, and honestly, I didn't even have Reggie Bush.
I had him listed, but I really thought Archie Griffin would, because I was trying to take the fact that he won 2 Heismans into consideration.
Heisman winner, man. Yeah.
I panicked. I had Joe Burr, I had Kyle Pitts, and I had Reggie Bush. Yeah, Ryan got Reggie Bush. You got my other 2. Still, I'm still 100% okay with my Matt Leinart pick. Arizona Cardinal, great.
Hey, at least you're standing on it.
Bro, I was at the first game where he came in, and everybody was hyping. He had a tremendous first game. He balled out, and then it was all downhill from there.
Oh, speaking of tremendous first games, I remember. So my mom's side of the family, all Florida State fans. You were at the house in 2013. We were back here in Quantico, and we were cheering on Florida State against Auburn. But Chris Winkie for the Panthers, he came out and slung the dang thing, man. I was like, everybody was like, this is the next one, dude. You out there killed it. And he just
That happens so often.
Did
Johnny Manziel looked good against the Bengals?
Yeah.
Did anybody get Bo Jackson? Did anybody draft Bo Jackson?
I don't have him crossed off.
No,
I thought
Bo
about
did
it.
not get picked. I was thinking about Bo, and I took OJ instead.
I had Bo as my number 1. I picked Archie because of the 2 Heismans.
Yeah.
I think Barry in my mind is clear number 1.
What?
I think Barry Sanders is the clear number 1 running back.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I got no beef with Barry being number 1 at all.
Yeah.
I am okay with that.
I've always said it like this, and honestly, I I've never watched Barry Sanders play in person. I've seen Herschel Walker play. So Herschel Walker is the greatest running back I've ever seen, but Bo Jackson is the greatest athlete that I've ever seen. So, but when you think about just what Barry did, crazy, and he did it with Thurman Thomas in the backfield with him too. So, I just it's hard not to give Barry the nod, and he won a Heisman. So,
Otis says Barry's the greatest one ever. I'm sorry.
He said
Bo's the greatest one ever. Bo's the greatest one ever.
He's the greatest athlete ever.
Yeah.
But I think Barry and Herschel probably eclipse him at the position. It's a shame he got hurt because, man, we would be talking about records that he – see, I'm with you on that, Coach.
Yeah.
For me, it's Barry is the end-all, be-all.
Yeah, number one overall pick. I don't think you can argue that one. All right, so –
well, you can. I think you can argue it.
Sure.
I'm okay with that argument, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be argued. It's just going to be a tough sell.
Yeah,
people
I guess it's you could argue it. That Barry was going to be my number one clear-cut pick. It was special, man. It was absolutely special. Hammer.
Yo.
And Vic is on here too. We have all but solidified our show that at least one piece of it going to go out on 102.7 The Game. I'm going to tease it now. And I'm just going to wish it into existence that it officially happens. All the paperwork gets signed. But you had a brand before Heavy Pour Sports and you joining us in your sports gambling show and you being very successful at seeing the numbers and taking money from sports books. So dropping the hammer in collaboration with Heavy Pour Sports is going to be a Wednesday segment that gets released on Saturdays is the plan on 102.7 The Game Owensboro before the Kentucky Tip-Off Show. So college football, NFL, whatever we feel like kind of diving into, but football is going to be the big focus from the jump starting going into week 0. So Hammer's the brains behind this thing, and I'm just going to ride his coattails, but dropping the hammer on Heavy Pour Sports with Rando and Hammer going to go out there. And then we're still working on some other things. I won't put that out there yet, but maybe a Saturday recap happy hour show on 127 as well, but we'll see how that goes. That show, the Dropping the Hammer on 102.7, is really going to happen because of our awesome friend, partner, and merchandise provider and Gary from Bluegrass-Elite.com. He is going to jump on here and be a segment sponsor, assuming everything goes through. And super excited about that. With that being said, him and I last week worked on something until the wee hours of the morning, and I want to show it. I was going to put it on Wednesday, but you said you're going to be here Saturday, so I decided to save it. So I'm going to share this now. So if you go to Bluegrass-Elite.com, it is a Kentucky-based business. Gary is a Marine, but he has helped us out for a little bit. If you go to this collaborations tab and click on Heavy Pour Sports, you see all of our gear. All right, so all the HPS gear from our original logo tee to our soccer stuff, the jerseys, Tennessee, Louisville, the border rival stuff. But if you keep going down past all UK ball stuff, shout out, new logo is out. Look at this. The All Vol Ball podcast stuff is officially out and ready to be purchased. Sweet. I was up till like midnight 30 getting this worked out with him, which I felt super gross that I was working on Tennessee stuff that early in the morning / late at night for a team that I can't despise, or that I do despise. I can't stand.
That's right. You have to.
I can't stand. I do despise. That being said, this right here, this Joker's super clean. I'll never wear it, but this joker's super clean.
Otis, let's relax.
This joker's super clean. Now this one's not bad either. It was not bad either, but that hound one's not bad. But there you go. You can go on the website bluegrass-elite.com and heavy pour 15 get you 50% off, always free shipping. And Otis, I agree, all UK ball stuff way better. Way better. The feed the studs, the 3 goggles logo, 100% better. But if you're a Tennessee fan,
Otis, go buy you a shirt of Otega Owe hitting the game-winning shot in the first round of March Madness. Like, just go celebrate that.
Why you gotta be like that, T? That's a great shirt. That's a great
I got
shirt.
that shirt.
Yeah, I got that shirt too. Fairness, got that shirt.
In fairness,
I'm bummed we didn't get to make Where the Hood At.
The shirt is cool.
We need to put that in there.
It's a cool shirt. You're not wrong. But y'all just keep celebrating those first round, last second wins.
It doesn't matter how you win them. You just gotta win them. All right. And if you win them like that, then you put it on a t-shirt. As far as we know, Otega's got one himself. As far as we know.
Ooh, Rando, I know what you should make. A shirt listing all the Kentucky Final Fours.
Literally nobody.
Or we could do a Tennessee version.
Plain white tee, baby.
Just a plain white t-shirt. Listen, Coach, I ain't doing this.
I agree, Coach. I was going to throw that out there when he was talking about I'll never wear one. I was like, well, we should have a little friendly wager to see if you'll wear one. I hear there's a game being played in Knoxville
but football,
in November.
We've had the conversation. Football's not fair.
When did we have that conversation? Why is football not fair?
Then why is basketball fair? Because theoretically, we should smack them in basketball.
I mean, and traditionally we have, especially under Marcus Pope.
Well,
but I'm just saying.
Until you get to the tournament anyway, then it's different.
Bluegrass, we appreciate you, man. All right. Well, you know what? I ain't scared. We'll come up with something. It's not just going to be the Kentucky Tennessee football game. I might be a little.
I will not be taking this bet. I will not be partaking in this.
We'll figure something out. That being said, I ain't buying the thing. So if I got to put on some ugly orange Tennessee something, y'all got to purchase it. I ain't paying for it.
I'll buy it. I'll support Gary in that manner.
100%. We'll split it 50-50.
I just noticed Hammer has a new jersey behind him tonight.
He does. I've got about a dozen jerseys that I will swap out throughout the course of the sports calendar year, and not just Tennessee jerseys.
I got to get the All UK Ball Beat the Studs football jersey up for display too. Old Stein time. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. Let me put up the QR code real quick before we leave. It makes it real easy. You scan the thing, and then it takes you right to that link I was showing before. Heavy Pour 15% off. Always free shipping. You're not only supporting the podcast, you're supporting another veteran, which we are all linked to on this show. And we're moving forward, boys. I really appreciate it. I couldn't have done it without y'all. We got a big phone call this week that I can't screw up. Hopefully I don't let y'all down, but let's continue to keep the momentum running and grow this thing into this football season and basketball season. We got a lot of exciting things going for us for the fan base. Let's keep it growing for the Heavy Pour Sports brand. If you stuck with us the whole show, we appreciate it. It started off absolutely terrible. My microphone, terrible. But we get it worked out. Technical difficulties aside, we still have a good old time. So this is Heavy Pour Sports Happy Hour on X, YouTube. What else are we on? I think that's it. Heavy Pour Sports. I can't figure out how to go live on TikTok yet. We keep getting banned, but the clips are on TikTok. But at Borrows HPS on X and Heavy Pour Sports on YouTube. Follow the Hammer. Follow Ryan. Follow Drew. Follow T. Hey, shout out Pigskin for putting out that thing. Pigskin P, go follow him too. Everybody else, and you might as well go follow 1027 the game too, because I plan on taking over their radio waves here in the next couple of weeks. But that being said, shout out to you.
Vic was coming with a real cold take about the Tennessee fan base. So I don't know. Real cold take.
It ain't. It was accurate. Y'all took it the wrong way.
That was
y'all want to talk. Seemed about right.
I had considered Vic, an educated man, but I'm having to rethink that stance.
All right, y'all. It's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you Wednesday. You'll see me Wednesday. You'll see Hammer and Drew and the rest of the team as early as Tuesday. But go follow along with everybody. We appreciate you as always. Shout out, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Big Blue.
Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.
And go Big Orange. Last comment.
Yeah. Peace.
On a whole nother level. Let's get it. Run it up. Check the scope. Money talk, money more. Yeah. Main crew say they weed it. Kicking down the door. Run it up. Check the scope. Money talk, money more. What? Main crew say they weed it. Kicking down the door. Let's go. And it's the whole lane when I'm driving the machines.